Dear friends, today's podcast will be on the 3 stages of life. And what I'm going to share with you all is something that I first came across a few years ago in a bilingual funeral service book written by Father Evagoras Konstantinidis in the USA. I found this very interesting, and today I would like to share these or a few points that I read in this particular book. Death is the 3rd and final stage of our life, because our life is actually made up of 3 stages and not 2 as it may appear. Now, the first stage of our life consists of the 9 months that our mother carries us, and there, in the darkness and the dampness of our mother's womb, we are sustained and fed and function only through our mother. We are absolutely and totally dependent on our mother. Then, at about the end of the 9 months, there comes a knock at the door, so to speak, and a voice is heard saying to us, "It is time for you to go yet into another world." And I think if it was possible to record the reaction of the baby at that particular time, I'm sure the answer would be something like, "No, thank you, I'm just fine here." Because the fear of the unknown begins that early. But whether we like it or not, we have to leave the world of the womb and be born into this world, the 2nd stage of life, where as developed human beings, we make use of all our physical and mental faculties to provide for ourselves. And what is our first reaction upon entering this world? Crying, fear, apprehension. We cling to the mother and are fearful of anybody else. Gradually, however, over time, we become familiar with the father and various other members of the family, and eventually with a lot of people. And we begin to like and enjoy God's beautiful world that we've just come to know. As we reach the age of 50, 60, 70, and so forth, the body begins to decline. And then there comes another knock at the door, which is heard saying again, "It is time for you to go yet into another world." And what is the usual reaction? "No thanks, I'm just fine here." Because the fear of leaving this world and going to the next, to the spiritual world, reigns supreme. But again, we have nothing to say, and willingly or not, we shed the body and are born into eternity, the 3rd and final stage of our life, in the great beyond, where we see, where we hear, where we feel, and where we understand through the Spirit alone. So, what is death? Death is really nothing more than a birth. And this is why our church, the Orthodox Church, celebrates the memory of the saints, not on the anniversary of their earthly birth, but on the anniversary of their death. In other words, their birth into eternity, their birth into paradise. Once a particular doctor was asked how he felt when on one and the same day he would deliver a child in the hospital and then go to another floor and pronounce someone dead. "It used to bother me a lot he said, until I realized that both times I was attending to a birth into this world and a birth into the world beyond.
Excellenza